Hey, what is up, guys? It is Chunk Chasers, and today I'm going to be giving you a video on Chatterbait versus Rage Blade. These are two little blade baits that I think work phenomenally and catch a ton of fish. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you when I'd throw them, how I'd work them, and when not to throw them, I guess. So I'll start off with the Chatterbait. This is the Chatterbait by Z-Man. This is the original Chatterbait. And this has got a slightly smaller blade than the Rage Blade does. It is more squared off than the Rage Blade. And it has a little bit of a different, connector, I guess, than the Rage Blade. So, to start off, I would be throwing this earlier in the year than a Rage Blade. I would start this early in the spring. A couple days ago, I was fishing. We killed it on chatterbaits and Rage Blades. We had more luck on the chatterbaits, but if you ever are fishing these, bring them in the same day, because sometimes they're looking for, the blade, I guess. The blade and the way these things work. They just want a slightly different presentation or, vibration coming off of it. So to start, I would be throwing this chatterbait in more shallow areas, like around pads, back in coves, over wood a lot of times too. And that is because since it has the smaller blade, it has a tighter wobble or vibration, and it'll swim a lot tighter through that stuff than the Rage Blade would, because it's got a great big blade on it. So amazing bait. Now we're going to move over to the Rage Blade. Okay, so this is the Rage Blade by Strike Kings. This is the same idea as the Chatterbait. This is a bigger presentation than the Chatterbait over here. This one has a bigger bill and just an all-around bigger design. It also has a different connector, which I don't like a lot, because a lot of times they'll break on me. So I end up using a line connector like what would be on the Chatterbait. But that aside, this Chatterbait, I would be fishing more on rock or deeper water than the Chatterbait. Since this thing has a bigger bill, blade. Since this thing has a bigger blade, it's going to make a much bigger vibration and wobble. So if the fish are biting on that and you're power fishing, this is going to be a lot better than the Chatterbait. But if the fish in your water are pretty skittish, I would stick to the Chatterbait over the Rage Blade. But also, giving this presentation is bigger, a lot of times it has caught me bigger fish. In fact, last weekend, I may have already told you about that. I don't know. But last weekend, me and my friend, we were just killing it on these two, and it's early spring right now. So these are great. So one more thing about this is you always put a swim bait trailer on these. They come with a trailer. It's decent, but the reason you use a swim bait is you always want your bait vibrating. That's what makes the fish attracted to it, because it's vibrating. But if you're reeling it very slow, a lot of times the bill or the blade will stop vibrating. And that's when your spinnerbait will pick it up and correct it to keep it vibrating. So that's my little insight on chatterbaits versus, Rage Blade versus Chatterbait. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. My Instagram will be linked below. See you next time.